it's me, your old pal Dan Classic, and we're back with another episode of the Crooked Bridge Wrestling Podcast, right here on YouTube. So if you haven't done it already, like, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'm sitting here with my good buddy, Brian the Mark. Brian, tell him what's up.
Hi, guys. It's good to see you again. It's been a while. The last time we were on, we were talking about AEW, and this week, we're going to talk about WWE. Ooh, man, WWE is not looking good right now. In fact, on my flashcards, the ratings have dropped drastically. I think it wasn't this week that just passed. It was
Yeah, it seems like every week that comes up, it's another record-breaking low rating when you're comparing them year to year. When you're comparing them week to week, they kind of go up and down, but whatever. But when you're comparing it to this week last year, against sort of the same situation, in the same
time of year,
time of year, against the same sort of competition, they're getting worse and worse and worse.
I think it was like a 25% drop,
right?
And in fact, they've had their lowest rating of all time just this past week on SmackDown.
Another record.
1.8. They just keep breaking records.
They love doing firsts in the WWE. I gotta tell you,
this is such a sad time right now to see how WWE is.
It's a sad time if you really like the WWE.
Yeah, hardcore fans now have run out of excuses at this point. They're not saying
there are still people out there fucking defending WWE.
But like they're saying things like, well, it's because of NFL. Well, there's no NFL now. Oh, well, basketball. Well, dude, NFL ratings get 12 million.
Look, motherfucker. You know? Look at this. Look.
It's crazy.
NFL and the NBA have been operating longer than the WWE. And guess what? When Raw was getting great ratings fucking 20 years ago, they were up against the NFL and the NBA and the NHL, and it was sunny outside, and it was cold outside, and it was windy, and it was fucking raining, and you could come up with 1,001 fucking excuses as to why someone didn't watch your show. The kids were out of school. Yeah. It was summertime. It was wintertime. The fucking sun was in my eyes. But at the end of the day, if somebody doesn't watch your show, it's because they didn't want to watch your show.
It's kind of sad to see how, you're even hearing about it on, like, other networks are starting to talk about, like, hey, these ratings are really bad. Even on podcasts, that's like, this has just been a topic of discussion.
Yeah, it's kind of gone to ad nauseum at this point, and it's just kind of like, I'm kind of sick of hearing about it at this point, to where, like, look, let's get to the next thing where you're going to say, because I know you, and I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, Vince McMahon has finally...
He's finally pissing off the hardcore fan base. Even the guys that are still showing up to the actual events are kind of going, you know what? This product sucks.
Here's where I do the impersonation of the president. Wrong. Wrong. You're partly right. Actually, it's not finally. Vince McMahon or the WWE as a company has been at war with its audience for almost 20 years. For the better part of 15, I'll say at least. And this all started in about 2005. In 2005, they put that belt on John Cena.
Yeah.
And most of the audience said no. At a certain point. When they first did it, people were kind of okay. They're like, all right, we like him better than JBL. And then
Thugonomics.
After a while, it was like, wow, you're really not going to change this guy? You're not going to evolve this character? You're not going to do anything? Nope. He's just going to continue to win. He's just going to continue to beat everybody. And every person that you like that comes in, we're going to feed them right to this guy. And they've done this. And it seemed almost as if they were doing it on purpose just to piss you off. It seemed like the WWE had this attitude that was like, we don't really like our audience. Yeah. Our audience is too gross and too bold and too vulgar.
Yeah.
We need to swap them out. We want the younger audience,
PG.
Which is smart. We want that younger audience. We want to grow our audience with us.
Yeah.
But these guys are going to die off. And besides, those people on the internet, they're always going to be here. They're always going to be there. They're always going to come. They're always going to come back. They're going to complain the most. But guess what? They're always going to come back. And for the better part of 15 years, we've been going downhill. And you can make every excuse in the fucking book, but the ratings, and I'm not making this up. This isn't a fucking lie. The television ratings have slowly declined year over year, and not at the rate that everything else. You can say, well, TV's down because of blah, 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 blah. Not as down as the WWE is. And you know what? People are starting to fucking notice.
Yeah.
The networks are starting to notice. The USA Network, NBC Universal, who owns the USA Network, has noticed. The Fox Network, who has given the WWE a bajillion dollars to put the fucking SmackDown on Fox this fall, has noticed. And they're not happy. Because this is a trend. And in business, this is how this works. In economics, which was always one of my favorite things in high school, was economics, because it's so interesting. And when you're going downhill, it is so hard to change that direction. It is so hard just to fucking flatten out. And when we look year to year and we look at the trend, this is the direction it's going. It's going down.
It's always been going down since like the invasion angle. And you know what I've noticed as a fan of WWE? There comes a point where there's a WWE fan that just can't take it anymore and they walk away. And they're usually met by like angrier fans that left before they did. And they're kind of like, fuck you, you watched them longer or whatever. But with me and you, I feel like I was like, hey, man, I just can't watch WWE anymore. And you were like, well, there's a whole other world that I can show you. Well, and you were like, here, I'll take you to it.
That's the light at the end of the tunnel is that El Dorado fucking exists, dude. There is a city of gold outside of the WWE. There's a world of professional wrestling that's much greater. And as far as your tastes are concerned, like everybody kind of likes different stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a wrestling company for everybody out there. And you may not believe this, but there is. And the people that have kind of grown up with WWE and don't realize this and kind of have been fed these lies to them about everything that's not in the WWE is just a couple of skinny guys doing flips in a high school gym. Well, it's just not the case. And like, honestly, dude, I don't give a fuck.
Even if they were doing it at a gym, yeah, I'm still watching it.
Right, like, and honestly, I don't give a fuck if you don't fucking like PWG, or if you don't like fucking CZW, if you don't like Ring of Honor, if you don't like MLW, if you don't like New Japan. I don't care. I don't fucking care. I don't care as much as the fucking WWE people care that I don't fucking like WWE anymore. Yeah. And you know, guess what, dude? Like, because I don't care. It's not that important to me that other people fucking have to justify the things that I like. If you like watching WWE, fucking more power to you. But what I do know is this, is that all the fucking people that watch WWE do is complain. They fucking complained about John Cena for years, and now they complained about Roman Reigns for years. And guess what? That fucking train's coming back into the station sooner or later. He's back. He's already there. He's back, and he's fine, and he's doing good, and fucking more power to him. But those fans, they aren't gonna fucking love him forever. If we stay the course and keep doing the same goddamn thing over and over again, those people are gonna start booing him again.
I mean, I don't know, man. This is really sad to see WWE falling so hard. We knew it was coming, though. We knew it was coming.
I didn't know that it was gonna be this bad.
I kind of thought
in my wildest dreams, maybe I thought the WWE could hit rock bottom. I feel like this is deserved.
I think this is the beginning of what are things to come. Like, I think it's just going to get worse from here on out.
You know what? I think perhaps it could be fixed.
Well,
or perhaps it can't be fixed. Maybe take a look at WrestleMania, right? Okay. Like, I didn't watch WrestleMania, but I know what happened. Okay, Becky Lynch won the belts, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she was the big fucking star that everybody liked, right? That everybody was behind. Kofi Kingston, who was like the out of nowhere guy that came to the fucking rose to the occasion and fucking took the WWE title, right?
Yeah.
Fucking everybody kind of got what they wanted.
Yeah.
Fucking even the people that had turned on Ronda Rousey, she left, she lost, she's gone.
Look, and that's true, but what happened was that event went on for like 12 hours. I don't know, maybe more.
The downside, yes,
Yeah,
it was really long.
People were falling asleep. People were like, even afterwards when they were leaving, I heard like accounts of how difficult it was for people to get home.
Yeah, but that was just for the people in the stadium, and that doesn't really account for the amount of people that watched it.
Yeah.
So the people that watched it, I'm assuming a lot of them maybe thought that it was a little bit long, perhaps. You know, like maybe you watched it the next day and like was like, I'm just gonna watch top matches. I'm gonna watch the ones that I want to see and then skip the rest of the bullshit.
Yeah,
because you can absolutely do that. And there's nothing against just watching top matches. I do it all the time with New Japan. New Japan, they cut them shows right in half. The first couple hours, you've got a lot of tags and stuff. They're setting up angles and this, that, and the other. And then the last half is where they put the real matches because they build it to a big thing at the end. They don't just put the Universal title match on first.
There was just so. I mean, and they did. They put the Universal.
That's what I was mentioning. That was crazy. What I was referring to.
And that was so bizarre.
But everybody got what they wanted.
Yeah. Well, nobody wanted.
People are no. Everybody wanted fucking Brock Lesnar to drop the belt, right? Yeah. They hate Brock Lesnar. He's so lazy. He's lazy. He doesn't want to be here. Oh my God, get the belt. And they put it on Seth Rollins. Everybody likes Seth Rollins, I thought, right?
But then you always got to add, like, there was the little things, too, like where how Becky Lynch won the title, but, like, did she really win the title because she didn't really pin Ronda Rousey? You know, like, her shoulders were clearly up. She was doing, like, a bridge with her neck. But the ref still counted the 3 count and said, "You lose the match still." And so the fans are like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, couldn't you have just won?" The fans actually wanted, if I mean,
I'm not going to sit here and do a fucking analysis of WrestleMania, but the point of that, why I brought it up was that they pretty much all around kind of gave the WWE fans what they wanted.
They did.
They gave them what they wanted, and the ratings have still declined. Because I feel like even now that they're trying to do everything that they've been trying not to do for years, it's too little, too late, and all the king's horses and all the king's men could not put the WWE back together again.
All right, so obviously WWE is in disarray. It's pretty apparent. Even some of the networks like Fox and
I mentioned that.
Yeah, and they're but like now they're considering doing a brand split, like doing away with it. I know they're doing like the new was the wild card rule or whatever. And Vince McMahon it just seems like he goes out there and he's trying to add more flair to the product, but that's not really what we want. We just want to see wrestling at this point. There's no wrestling. There's barely any. I mean, there's some.
They do a 3-hour show.
Yeah.
And they have wrestling matches on there, or approximations of wrestling matches, that have maybe 7 minutes long with a 3-minute commercial break in the middle of it that follows a dive. There's no heat. There's no fucking like story being told in the ring. Their priority has been for a long time is the stuff outside of the fucking ring, or when somebody's in the ring and they're not wrestling, when they're talking. And I mean, like, look at the fucking Hall of Fame. They built a ring just to talk for 5 hours.
Yeah. Did you? And on the last video, I think you said that the Hall of Fame is going to get filled up pretty soon because they just throw 7 people every year.
Yeah, they do. They have a prerequisite to do 8 people every year. There's got to be a dead guy, a fucking minority, a woman, and
get
like
all the check boxes.
Yeah, check. There's a guy that wasn't in WWE. Here's a guy. Blah blah.
They just do a good job.
People are like, why don't they put Cyndi Lauper in the Hall of Fame? God. Why don't they put? You know what? Maybe they've offered Cyndi Lauper a fucking chance to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Maybe she said no.
Yeah.
You think maybe she might have said no? Maybe she thinks the fucking WWE is kind of lame now. Probably.
Well, all right. Let's
Moving on.
Let's move on off of WWE. I'm sorry, WWE fans, if you watch this, but I'm sure you guys are feeling the burn at this point. So let's talk about somebody who got away from the WWE.
Booger eaters.
Jon Moxley and that promo that we saw.
The video. The vignette, whatever it was.
Yeah, what is going on with that guy? That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
It was one of the coolest things you've ever seen?
Him do.
What?
That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Oh, him do. All right. I was like, What? Him do?
He was like,
That's a what
he was
kind
like breaking out
now
of jail.
He's fucking
like,
talking hyperbole and then he's making up words.
He's like breaking out of jail. He's like, oh, I want to get out of this fucking jail of the WWE. And then they had like blue screen or like blue lights and red lights. Like SmackDown and Raw, I gotta get out of here. Send the dogs after him. And then the dogs were going after him. And he was like, fuck you, dogs. I'm getting out. Because it was like the Hounds of Justice. And he escaped the jail that was keeping him from being who he wants to be.
Oh my God.
John
this is
fucking,
so fucking
Moxley.
dumb.
And that's what I noticed in that promo. So John Moxley's back. And he's better than ever.
As of this recording, he hasn't popped up anywhere, but I was really wanting to buy us tickets to go to CZW because I have a feeling he's going to show up there.
Imagine. Holy shit.
But, I mean, we won't go. Obviously, we're not going to go this week. But next month is Tournament of Death.
Wow.
Do you want to go to Tournament of Death with Dan Classic? CZW is blood and bullshit. And cursing and good times in Voorhees, New Jersey.
So tell them what Tournament of Death
Tournament of Death is a yearly extravaganza of hardcore wrestling done in. You usually do it. They do it like out on a farm somewhere, but
it's not hardcore. It's like the hardcore
it's really,
of the hardcore.
It's really bad.
It's brutal shit, man.
It's almost to the point where it's like so bad it's good. I feel.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's what's I like about it. If I see just one match, yeah, okay, that's cool. But then, like, when you get into like,
it's a tournament.
Yeah, there's like there's like 10 matches or something like that, and it's just blood and guts. There's still blood in the ring. They're just like mopping out the blood. Like, all right, bring the next guys in, Brian.
The one thing that you got a little fucking crazy for me, and like. I kind of joked that we would go to Tournament of Death because I don't really want to go to Tournament of Death.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
Because I went to a couple CZW shows because when I first moved out here, it was my best, cheapest option as far as wrestling was concerned.
Yeah.
And for the most part, a CZW show is just a wrestling show. They have wrestling matches. It's fucking independent wrestling, dude. Like, I like going to indie shows.
Yeah.
What can I say? It's fun. Yeah. But... The problem it lies in when they do the big hardcore crazy shit, and I sit front row, dude. I gotta sit front row. I don't fucking work well anywhere else but the front row. And when people are hitting each other with the fucking light tubes,
and the
light
glass
tube fucking shit is going everywhere, and I've got my fucking shirt up like this, like oh my god, and like
blood gets on you and shit.
Yeah,
It's drops of blood on you.
I may have gotten blood on me at one time or another. Yeah. So it's kind of intense, dude. And I don't know. Like,
it's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone. That's true. But it's not the only thing in the world.
Yeah.
That's kind of my whole point. Going full circle back to the whole thing is that there's more wrestling out there than just the WWE. There's more wrestling out there than just the CZW. There's more wrestling out there than just the pie in the sky idea of fucking AEW, whatever the fuck it is right now. So
they're calling it an asteroid that's coming to take out WWE.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm calling it too.
Save the fucking speculation for the end of the show.
What was that one wrestling promotion you were telling me about where like they do just crazy shit? And I remember somebody was wrestling like a blow-up doll.
Oh, fucking DDT.
DDT, yes. What exact? Can you explain that to me again? Because just for
DDT is a promotion in Japan, and you'd think everything in Japan would just be really weird and off the wall, but as it turns out, fucking New Japan is probably one of the most traditional pro wrestling companies in the world. Yeah. Like they do everything pretty much by the book. If you watch All Japan, it's kind of the same thing too. Now, DDT is a completely different animal in that DDT is an indie company in Japan, but it's also the place where Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi kind of came from, in a sense, and they do really wacky shit over there. Like I saw somebody shared a video in one of our videos. They shared it in the comments of fucking like Generico and somebody like fighting on kayaks in a creek.
Like, that is the greatest thing
fucking
ever.
Ridiculous, dude. But again, again, not for everybody. Not everybody's gonna cotton to that.
I would watch that. That sounds awesome. And I remember seeing.
I would watch it. Who gives a shit?
You told me to watch the match with Kenny Omega versus that like 7-year-old.
Versus the little girl.
Yeah. Which, man, I was watching it with my wife, and she was just like, "What the hell is he gonna hit?" And then like he hits her at one point, and we were both like, "Whoa!" And then the girl just gets up, takes like a champ, and does all these crazy fucking acrobatic moves on him. I was like, "Hey, you know what? This actually was entertaining."
Yeah, know what? I've over time, people have gotten upset with this stuff. This was stuff that happened like eons ago.
Oh yeah.
You know, and freaking Jim Cornette will sit there and cry and complain that like this is what fucking killed pro wrestling. It's like, I'm sorry, Jim, dude. Like, fucking Kenny Omega wrestling a little girl fucking 15 years ago in front of 400 people did not kill professional wrestling. Fucking your boy Vince McMahon killed professional wrestling,
still trying,
dude.
too.
He's still got his fucking hands around the throat as it is. So there's a whole big world out there to watch. And I don't like being fucking negative on shit. So moving on, man.
Let's move on. Yeah, we're gonna. So we're talking about the state of wrestling. We did talk about all the other things, but I guess the next thing I want to talk about is my favorite part of the show.
What's that?
Speculation time.
Jesus Christ.
So we're doing some speculation. This is my favorite part of the show because I get to now talk about dumb shit that isn't really set in stone just yet, but it's definitely going to be. Like last time, I think I nailed it. AEW's got a TV deal. It's going to be in October. Tuesday Night Dynamite.
We knew
Roll the red
that
carpet on TNT. You heard it from me first here on the Crooked Bridge Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. And so now...
Okay, so like let's put it all in fucking brackets. Speculation.
Speculation. We're going to put
Speculation. TNT is fucking speculation. Tuesday Night Dynamite is fucking speculation.
Absolutely true. Definitely going to be in.
Speculation.
I already have tickets.
It does not exist yet.
There's tickets. We're actually, you can go on the link. And
the fall is true. The fall is the plan.
And it's going to be on Tuesday.
Turner Networks, the plan. Tuesday, speculation. Tuesday Night Dynamite, speculation.
No, they have. Didn't they get the
They got all kinds of shit.
It, yeah.
They could call it the Four Horsemen because he fucking applied for that too.
Oh, that's Saturdays.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so let's talk about that TV deal for a second, though. Let's say now we know it's going to be with the Turner Network, right? So what are some of the channels that they could possibly show?
So everyone is kind of assuming that it's TNT, and it might as well be TNT. I don't fucking know. Okay. But if we're talking Turner, you've got TNT and TBS. And we talked about TBS last time as the home of WCW Saturday Night, and prior to that, it was fucking Jim Crockett Promotions. Prior to that, it's fucking Georgia Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. Mm-hmm. And so that's got more history, at least for me. Like, my first fucking glimpse of WCW was when it was Jim Crockett Promotions, and the show was called World Championship Wrestling. Mm-hmm. And like 1987-ish is about when I first saw it. And that's kind of where my nostalgia sort of comes from for that. TNT, who gives a shit, dude? Like, there's NBA on TNT. They own the fucking NBA. I mean, they don't own it, but they have they have the NBA on lockdown, dude. Like, NBA is on all the time on TNT. It's like fucking Shaq and fucking and all the other guys are all cracking on each other. Fucking Charles Barkley, and they're all making fun of each other and talking about basketball, and the basketball games are on there. And like, dude, that is like the NBA channel. Might as well be the NBA network.
Now, one of the reasons why I say Tuesday, not just because of the Tuesday Night Dynamite thing, it's also because that is around the time of year they're going to switch WWE's SmackDown from Tuesdays to Fridays,
right?
When they start on Fox. And so that leaves a slot open for Tuesday where, I mean, if there's any fans left by that time watching on Tuesdays. But, if...
How you going to take half a zero?
Yeah. So if there's fans still watching on Tuesdays, which hopefully there will be, they're going to need
hopefully for them.
Yeah.
I don't fucking give a shit.
Well, no, if there's fans that don't have their fix on Tuesdays that are accustomed to it, it'll be a nice transition for them to go, hey, you know what? There's not oh wait, AEW's on. Maybe they'll flip on the channel and watch it on there. That's why I think that's
I think
probably
the plan
one that
has
makes
been
the
for a
most
long
sense.
time is for them to kind of take advantage of the people that were
Yeah.
lapsed fans. And because there's a lot of them out there,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. Like if you take a look and you look at the history of where WWE was and where WCW was when it folded, where ECW even was ratings wise when it folded, there was this mass of wrestling fans, and you got to wonder like where the fuck did they go? Did they all like fucking like go to another planet or something? Well, the thing is this.
That's the coolest thing to think about too.
What happens is that when people are dissatisfied with a television show, they don't go on the internet and yell and scream and fucking talk about how this sucks and they need to change this. They need to turn Roman Reigns heel. They just stop watching.
Yeah, the great majority
They just go find something else to fucking occupy their time with. They go fucking watch the Marvel movies. They go fucking watch Game of Thrones. They go watch fucking Walking Dead. They go fucking watch whatever the fuck else, dude. Maybe like they found a new goddamn hobby.
Yeah.
And they didn't need to watch wrestling anymore. And I mean, that's another problem with having so many casual fans is that by their very nature, they're going to leave eventually. They're going to be interested for a while, but they're never going to be as passionate as the people at the core. The real key is what WWE has always needed to do was fucking build the core.
Yeah.
Build the core. You need, because there's going to be slim times. There's going to be times when the casuals leave. There's going to be times when they become disinterested. No matter what you do, no matter how good the product is, no matter how good the roster is, WWE's got a better roster now than they probably ever have.
Yeah. They even say this is the best time to be a wrestling fan, and fans aren't watching WWE, which is horrible.
Which
like,
is
how
crazy
do you
to think
fall
about.
like that.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. They should be taking advantage of this. They should be the first ones to pick up those fans.
Yeah.
But they're not picking them up because they're very interested in getting those casual fans. You can't make the casual fans interested. They're going to come, they're going to go. And in the slim times, and we're in the slim times, believe it or not, you're going to depend on your core. And when you've shrunken your core down to a point where you can't sustain your fucking business, now you're in fucking trouble. And the WWE, they're not in trouble. They're going to survive. They've got 5 years worth of gajillions of dollars from Fox and USA, and they're going to be fine. They're not going to go out of business.
No.
They're going to be around. And even if this is speculation, here's my speculation, even if the WWE can't cut it ratings-wise on Fox. And let me tell you something. If they get the kind of ratings they're getting right now, they're going to get fucking canceled. Fox canceled American Idol. Wow. American Idol is a fucking big-ass show. Got bigger ratings than WWE ever got. And if they can't fucking cut the fucking mustard on Friday nights, they're going to get canceled. They're going to get moved to fucking Fox Sports 1. And you think it's hard to get good ratings now? Let me tell you, my friend, it's not going to be easy on Fox Sports 1, the home of, I think TNA was on there for a little while before they were on Spike. So I don't know.
Dude, this is like the greatest, but also like the worst. It's like bittersweet because I'm glad that now fans are open to the idea of looking at other companies and seeing wrestlers that we think should get more notoriety. But at the same time, it sucks because like if WWE starts to suck, they're saying that like all the other networks are going to say, well, there's no money in wrestling then. Why would we invest in it if WWE, the guys who are supposedly the best, can't get in the ratings that they promise? So like obviously I don't trust any other companies. So that's another thing that I think Dave Meltzer even says that on his podcast where he's like, this is not going to be good for the rest of the TV deals that could come for other companies. And
yeah, that's true. Sucks. What it does, and I said this very way back in our first episode 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
What I said is that it sets a precedent.
Yeah.
When the WWE kind of sets the tone for most people because most people don't know that there's other shit besides the WWE. And most people, I'm talking about people in the fucking TV industry. They look at the WWE and they look at that. That's pro wrestling. That's what that is. So whatever the WWE's doing represents professional wrestling to those people. And those people are in important places and make important decisions. Decisions that affect everybody who's a fucking wrestling fan, whether you like the WWE or not. So that's the real problem here with WWE being a piece of shit right now, is that it's giving professional wrestling a bad name.
It is. In fact, with some of the wrestlers that are like expressing their frustrations with WWE, that's also not a good sign. And I even like with Sasha Banks just not coming back. She just fucking took her ball and said, I'm out, I'm done, I don't want to deal with this anymore. You got constant wrestlers trying to ask for their releases, and they pretty much say it sucks over there, man. It's not fun. The way they treat. Then there's the whole. I mean, I know that it wasn't the best, but that John Oliver skit where they talk about like how they treat their employees and don't give them health care and all that other stuff. Like, it's just not good. It's not a good look. You never want to be involved in that type of publicity. And so,
but that's the thing, is that no one has ever really give a shit. You can say that, like, oh, the WWE, they rape everybody and they murder their families. And people go, well, it's professional wrestling. Who cares?
That's the way it is. Even after that thing came out, wrestling fans were like my brother, he called me and was like, hey, man, this sucks. Like, did you know about this? I'm like, yeah, dude, this is old news.
Yeah,
like,
everybody knows that shit.
Everybody knows. Come on.
Yeah.
That's WWE. That's the wrestling world.
Yeah, it sucks. And it shouldn't be that way. But you can't change it because no one's going to do anything about it.
Well, that's why I like what AEW
because
is trying
the fucking
to do.
booger eaters that watch the WWE aren't going to fucking stop watching the WWE.
That's true.
Well, until recently. That's
yeah, like it looks like it. That's the thing, is that this is such a mind fuck for me because I never thought
so
there
what
would
was
ever
it?
come a day.
What was it? Was it Crown Jewel? Was it the John Oliver thing? Was it the poor fucking booking? Was it the fucking
Vince McMahon coming out and being a weirdo?
What was it? Or was it a confluence of all that shit together all at once? The perfect storm of shit.
Yeah, 2019 was the year, I think, that finally is doing WWE in.
I don't think they're going to be in. I don't think they're going to be dead.
But they lit the fuse at this point. It's definitely... There's something
This
happening.
is speculation right here. It's fucking like to say that they... Look,
I don't know, man.
All right,
the weather patterns are changing.
All right.
I'm like, I'm so startled. It's
all right.
happening.
Here, let me go.
Here we go.
Blockbuster Video. Toys R Us. Borders.
Should we be pouring like beer out for them?
These are all companies that were huge. They were number one in their industries, respectively.
Yeah.
They ran the table. You look at them in their prime and you'd say, well, they ain't going nowhere. And they're all gone. They don't exist anymore. We don't have them, at least in this country, as far as Toys R Us is concerned. But they're all dead for all intents and purposes. And so you don't want to say never when it comes to shit like that, because in our lifetime, Circuit City, here's another one.
Fucking Radio Shack.
Radio Shack.
Well, there's maybe like
where they weren't really a fucking titan.
No.
But like
Titans of industry.
I'm talking about like the fucking big bosses of the fucking thing, like companies that you thought would never go away, institutions, if you will, and they're all gone. This can happen, and it will happen if they don't change things.
It's been a big reality check for a lot of
And that's
fans,
what I've wanted for them for the longest period of time, was to get a fucking smack on the ass and be like, look, dummies, fucking this is what you've been doing. You have been doing yourselves in. You're only hurting yourself. Like when you skip your push-ups. You're only hurting yourself. This isn't for the fucking professional wrestling fans. Don't worry about them. Don't do it for the WWE universe. Don't do it for them. Do it for yourselves. This is your company. This is a fucking legacy that goes back to the 1960s.
I think I found a way to make
Will it make it to the 2060s?
I found a way to make this come full circle in a way that's going to piss you off.
What's that?
CM Punk was right when he did that pipe bomb way back when, and he said, "This is all your faults. You're just a big fucking reason me leaving as the idiots in the back." And he pointed at all the fans and said, "F you guys too." And that means CM Punk is coming back to save us at AEW.
Why would he do that?
Please
If
come
he
back.
hates the fucking wrestling fans, then why would he
I
fucking
listened
do
to
that?
you. CM Punk's like, fuck you. And I'm like, I am. You're right. And then I left after he
That
left.
was the one part of it that I thought was actually kind of stupid, that he was just like, I'm going to be a wrestling bad guy now.
Yeah.
And all you fans can suck my balls. Boo. Like, and nobody booed him because,
Well, that's
and like,
I
so,
think when I watched the clip, the fans are like, what do we do now? And then he's like, also the ice cream, I want that back. And they're like,
everybody
oh
said,
shit,
"Ice
yeah!"
cream!" So, yeah, fucking retarded. So, CM Punk, good lord, why do you have to bring,
I
you
always
bring him
find a
up
way.
every fucking episode? Is he like
Always
your
find a
favorite
way.
wrestler?
I love him. I do love him.
Good lord.
CM Punk, if you're watching, I love you. I wish you would come on my show and just like, hang out with us.
Come on your face.
You could do that too if
Good
you'd like.
lord.
I won't object.
At any rate, that brings up something important. Is when you blame all the fucking. What company has ever been successful by blaming its customers? There's a train.
We got a train.
There's a fucking
passing
train.
by. It's right outside my window.
Yep, the train is coming. It's rolling by. This is it. This is the fucking destiny of the WWE fucking bearing down on you. No company has ever been successful by blaming its customers. No company has ever turned things around by turning fucking around on the customer
Turning
and
heel.
saying, your fault! It's all your fucking fault that the company sucks. It's all your fault that the fucking that no one's showing up. It's all you know whose fault it is? Maybe Vince McMahon, you should look in the mirror, as you would say, and say, yeah, maybe it's your fault. Maybe it's the WWE's fault. Maybe it's been years and years of eroding your fan base away, and this is where we've come to.
This is kind of like what the Star Wars fans are going through. How they've been hating on like Star Wars new trilogies, and then Kathleen Kennedy and Ryan Johnson.
Oh,
were
please
like,
don't
Fuck
start.
you, fans. It's your fault for not liking the movies. The movies are good. And the fans are like, are you fucking kidding me? And now they didn't watch the Solo movie, and that movie fucking shit the bed. So it's kind of like what we're going through, sort of. But if I could say one thing.
I remember somebody saying that. I was
Yeah.
like, well, I've seen this happen before because I tend to remember in wrestling, and then they tune out. They're like, wrestling? Get the fuck out of here.
That doesn't matter.
Like, people are dying in wrestling. Nah.
I was going to say that, like, this is a good example of what could be because of this fucking shitty situation. The fans that have left WWE many years ago and have been able to find beautiful wrestling elsewhere, when you see the other fans from WWE kind of like confused and not knowing what to do with their time now that they can't watch WWE, help them out. Show them some of these wrestling products that they can enjoy.
You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink.
That is true.
You can show all the YouTube wrestling matches to these people that you want, and it's not gonna make a goddamn difference to most of them, because you've got to have that WWE logo right there in the corner for most of these people. And for most of these people, the truth of the matter is that they don't like professional wrestling.
They like soap operas.
They like sports entertainment.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck WWE is. And it's going to be sad for this, few 100,000 people that are still watching the WWE if it does indeed go away. Because it's not impossible that it could go away. It's a big company like any other, and it's not as big as fucking Blockbuster was.
No.
Blockbuster's a way bigger company. They owned fucking stadiums and pavilions and fucking music stores and video stores. They had money like you wouldn't believe. They were bigger than fucking Walmart.
Yeah.
And it can happen. It can happen, and don't think it can't.
It could, and if it continues this way, it probably
On the
will.
trend, it could happen. So that's my speculation, and we should just fucking end this show.
Let's end it on a high note.
End it on a high note.
We only got 2 more weeks, right? Three more weeks?
Depends on when you put this fucking video out.
Let's pretend for our time's sake.
As of the filming of this fucking video,
2.5 weeks.
We've got a couple of weeks. We're a couple weeks away from Double or Nothing.
And that, my friends, could save us all. Because CM Punk is coming back.
CM Punk's never coming back, and that's about all the time we have for the Crooked Bridge Wrestling Podcast Show channel thing.
Here on YouTube.
Here on YouTube, only, exclusively on YouTube, unless it happens to be shared on Facebook.
And before we let you go, let us know what you guys think in the comment section below, right? Tell us how you guys feel about what's been going on in WWE. How do you feel about Vince McMahon? Tell me about, like, are there some wrestling companies that you guys watch now that you started watching because you stopped watching WWE? Do you think CM Punk is coming back? Is he your favorite wrestler? Do you think he should be on our show? I'm clearly going to have him on. And, just let us know what you guys think. Be a part of the conversation with us. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And hey, let's do some plugs. Check out my channel, The Dan Classic Show, right here on YouTube. Links down there in the description, or at least they better be when this guy edits this damn thing.
They will be.
Thank you.
I think I got him in last night.
All right. Also, check out, like I mentioned him earlier in the video, my good friend Raz Holly. Fucking his channel. Links in the description. As if he needs more fucking subscribers. But go check him out. If you like fucking action figures, toys, collectibles, and things like that, that's what both of us do. I have more of a fucking pro wrestling slant on mine, and it's good shit. Go check it out. Also, check out this motherfucker's channel.
Tribute This.
I do. Links down here in the fucking description.
I don't know how to describe what I do. I do videos, documentaries.
He does videos.
I do videos. They're documentary
He makes
styles.
YouTube videos, not unlike these YouTube videos. Subscribe to this fucking channel while you're at it, and you'll get fucking our shit every time we put it out. I like to do videos every week, but this guy he's totally unreliable.
Yeah, it's really hard with working and all that stuff. We do have lives outside here, but hey, man, I'm trying. I'm working hard, and we're going to try to get more videos out for you guys. I think the next video we're going to do is either going to be a predictions video for Double or Nothing, or it's just going to be our review of Double or Nothing.
Most likely our review of Double or Nothing.
It's going to be a review of Double or Nothing.
Or maybe we'll go to Philadelphia and fucking do a review of Philadelphia.
Yes. And also, if you like those, what are those things called? The little promo in the beginning, we might do some more promos too. Because that's fun. I love doing promos.
All right.
Anyways, I'm Brian the Mark.
I'm Dan Classic.
You guys are watching Crooked Bridge Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. We'll see you guys next time.
Fuck off.
Bye.